Zack, from the first time you texted me and I responded 6 hours later, and then showing up to my door on our first date with a bundle of sticks, I knew you were the one.
Hayley, I can't believe we made it this far. From our first date, giving you sticks, blasting Lil Wayne, to getting married is crazy.
I've imagined this day since I was a little girl, and it is finally here. We've definitely been through some tough times, especially planning and rescheduling a wedding during a pandemic, but I feel it has made us even stronger.
Can't wait to spend forever with you. Even through COVID, we made it. Now it's time to celebrate.
I am so lucky to have such an amazing man like you, and I can't wait to call you my husband.
I'm so lucky that I was able to find you and finally marry you. We made it, babe.
You really are the man of my dreams, and always know the perfect things to say and do to make my days even better. I'll see you soon, future husband. It's me and you against the world. I love you.
Hayley and I met because of my sister-in-law.
I'm a teacher at Bentworth, and Zack's sister-in-law is a coworker of mine, and she came up to me one day and said she gave my number away and she hopes I was okay with that. So it was actually a blind date. We texted for about 2 weeks and then we went on our first date. I made my parents leave the house when he came to pick me up. He knocked on the door and the first thing I saw was his long beard, and I kind of jumped back a little bit. When we talked for the first 2 weeks, I mentioned how I wasn't a big flower girl and he didn't need to bring me flowers.
So on our first date, I took her a bundle of sticks.
And he took us to Juniper Grill. On the way, we talked, and it was never awkward. I never had to think of what I had to say next.
And then we drove home and we listened to Lil Wayne. We were gonna drop the world on each other's heads.
It was a really nice, perfect, fun first date.
So the day I proposed to Hayley,
I had the best week at work because it was Dr. Seuss week, so I was heading that up. And I get to his house because we were supposed to go to dinner that night.
and she was in the back getting ready, and I was like, how am I gonna do this? I don't wanna do it at a restaurant. So I saw this bug. It was a dead bug on the windowsill, and I started yelling for Hayley to come look at this dead bug.
He kept saying, oh, come out and see this, and I didn't really care because I was getting ready. And then eventually he got me out into the dining room, and I was looking out the window at this white moth that he thought was so cool.
And then she turned around and started walking away. And I said, Hayley, wait.
And then he took me in the kitchen, and he won't admit it, but he grabbed me for a dance and started dancing and saying all these sweet things to me. And then he got on a knee and proposed.
And then I thought she was gonna fall over dead.
As much as I wanted it to happen every time we went out to dinner or every vacation we took for 5 years, I did not expect it at all when he did it, so he really caught me off guard.
Hayley and Zack, we know, have waited ever so patiently for this day and have made the best of the persistent coronavirus situation through their perseverance. Despite dealing with the worst pandemic this world has seen in more than 100 years, Hayley and Zack have been able to persevere and to stay the course. And so I'm so excited to be here together with you today. This kind of love requires a deep relationship between the couple who are making the commitment to marriage and between the couple and also God. A deep and lasting relationship does not just happen. It has to be built. And the building of it takes time and effort and perseverance. In building a relationship of love with each other and God, small things are always important. Intimacy has to be achieved in the little things of everyday life. And one of the most necessary things in any relationship, but especially marriage, is trust. In marriage, the relationship of trust is to be with everything and forever. Hayley and Zack, today marks a complete new beginning in both of your lives. Your wedding lasts only a day, but your marriage lasts for the rest of your life. And you begin to learn again, to learn to love each other ever more deeply in the vocation of marriage. And today, you go back to school again We know how much Hayley loves school as she is an elementary teacher. But to enter into marriage is to enter the school of love, a school in which all of us are sometimes slow learners. It requires a lot of effort to go from a desire to receive to a desire to give. It is impossible for us on our own. We need the presence of Christ in our daily lives if we truly expect God's love to be the guiding force of our love. Since it is your intention to enter into the covenant of holy matrimony, I invite you now to join your right hands and declare your consent before God and His church. And so, Zack, please repeat after me. I, Zack, take you, Hayley.
I, Zack, take you, Hayley,
to be my wife.
to be my wife.
I promise to be faithful to you.
I promise to be faithful to you
In good times and in bad.
in good times and in bad,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
To love you and to honor you.
to love you and to honor you
All the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
I, Hayley, take you, Zack,
I, Hayley, take you, Zack,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
I promise to be faithful to you.
I promise to be faithful to you
In good times and in bad.
in good times and in bad,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
To love you and to honor you.
to love you and to honor you
All the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
At this time, it's a distinct honor and true privilege to present to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Zachary Ball.
Memories upon memories, some big and some small, laughter and tears, we've been through it all. When we were little, we laughed and played together. Then growing up, you stood by me through good and stormy weather. A beautiful sister with a beautiful heart. I have been blessed from the very start. Today you married, become a wife. This is your day, beautiful bride. I am so happy you have found the one. A wonderful new life has just begun. No longer a miss, but always a sis. I love you forever and always.
There's only 3 numbers I want everyone to remember tonight. I have 3 children, school, education, college, master's degrees, everything else. It took me 37 years, 2 months, and 17 days for all of them to be out of the house.